When I started playing TDS around mid-2021, there were only a total of 3 game modes, not counting hardcore mode. The very unbalanced normal mode, the punching bag molten mode, and the hard at the time fallen mode. These were the survival game modes for the past couple of years. Then, normal mode became easy mode with a complete rebalancing, with a similar fate happening to fallen mode, and intermediate mode joining the lineup. Molten was left alone, outdated compared to their other boss friends. Until recently. Molten was officially rebalanced and given a new wave layout with new and returning enemies, and a new challenge for us. In another game mode, Casual was also added between easy and intermediate to act as a chill game mode for veterans and new players alike. How do they compete against the other game modes we have now? Only one way to find out. My loadout consists of Engineer, Golden Cowboy, Ranger, DJ, and Electroshocker. The Golden Cowboy will provide me more income, DJ will act as my support, Engineer acts as my strong DPS tower, Ranger acts as my heavy damage tower, and Electroshocker will slow down fast and nimble applied enemies. U-Turn is a great map to test a new game mode, as most of my loadout could see the entire map depending on where I place them. Anyways, let's start the game and place one of my cowboys.
We've gotten reports of molten enemies in the vicinity. Be cautious. Even one misstep could end in disaster.
Game starts and a few abnormal spawn, with the commander having voice lines this time around. More abnormal since some quick spawn before heavy spawn, but unlike Fallen, they have lower health this time around, so they are easier to deal with. Eventually, we got our first boss of the game mode, the Elite Abnormal, and currently referred to as the Abnormal Boss by the commander. It was easy to deal with. Hidden enemies were next to spawn, easily taken out by my 2 level 3 cowboys, though disappointed that they weren't the shadow enemies. Guess they're truly extinct from survival game modes. The first set of breakers then spawned. While they got far due to the quicks and Elite Abnormal, my cowboy still wiped them off. In fact, I got my engineer down to prevent them from escaping my cowboy's range. I also got an Electroshocker for extra support. Molten enemies then spawned, slightly stronger than before but still easy just with high defense. However, in the next wave, I noticed they added a new attribute called Corpse. This attribute makes it so an immobile rock forms, referred to as a molten corpse, when an enemy dies. Kinda like the petrifying enemy from tower battles. Thankfully, they didn't have aggro, otherwise I'd be screwed. Wave 16, another boss? This time the Molten Golem, a new never before seen threat for the game mode that I immediately obliterated. DJ has also been set up for support, sticking with the eco path so I can get higher level cowboys at a cheaper cost. Wave 17, I suffered a lag spike, but I will survive that, followed up by a hidden boss attack on wave 18. Down on wave 20, we are introduced to the very uncanny looking Molten Necromancer. They summon molten demons. They were easy to deal with for the most part, although it may have been because I was using a stronger loadout. Then the Molten sent out a dog the next wave. The tower showed no mercy. Then I placed an Electro closer to the entrance and continued defending until wave 24. There, 3 new enemies spawned. A Molten Mech, a fast enemy, Elite Moltens, the stronger of the Moltens, and Elite Hazmats, the stronger of the Hazmats. And also a very overconfident commander. They pushed through, but my defense still held up, and I maxed out my DJ. The advanced breaker spawned, along with the boomer enemy. Nothing changed with these two. The former still spawns lower tier breakers upon death, and the latter still debuffs nearby towers upon death. A few waves later, a Bulwark showed up and got eliminated just as fast, leading up to Molten Titan's arrival the next wave. Remember that tanky, free money enemy that barely had any appearances in both Old Molten and Hardcore? Now, they're a faster entity and always spawn a Molten corpse. But my defense was still too strong for them. Then the next boss showed up, the Molten Executioner. They had 30,000 HP, the most in game so far, and could stun my towers. But by the time it made its way around the first turn, my engineers finished them off. Next wave, a tanker enemy showed up, acting like a buffed up boomer with more dangerous debuff stats. Why this one isn't used for Fallen, I have no idea. Another boss enemy called the Molten Summoner also spawned, which summoned elite Moltens with different attributes, and that's it. No other annoying gimmick. Just summoning basic enemies until it easily gets obliterated. The rest of the game was me maxing up the rest of my towers and adding more rangers until the final boss. Molten Warlord, the new name of the Molten Boss. Boasting 120,000 HP, a 70% plus health increase, a fresh new design that matches the new boss aesthetics, and a hell of a batch of new abilities. And then a lag spike hit me again, and it just visually stood there, menacingly. Still, I managed to beat it and watch it commit Eradicator 4 overlords. So yeah, a harder game mode that fits between Intermediate and Fallen. Harder than the former, but easier than the latter. I should also talk about casual mode. Well, it's just easy mode with a few more waves, only a few other new enemies, and Patient Zero as the main boss. What else more can I say? I think casual will be getting a proper introduction in the future, but for now, beginners with Hunter can use the game mode to easily get coins to buy better towers before stepping up with other game modes. In the meantime, prepare yourselves for Operation Ice.